Alright, let's see what you have for a rest pose. That looks pretty close. It'll need a little bit of adjustment. But your rest pose does not seem to be represented in your animation, so we have to fix that in order to use these Second Life default animations. This key isn't accessible. Let's pull it up to make it accessible. I'm going to hit A to select all. I'm going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to find frame 2 and deposit that on frame 2. Our reference pose will be on frame 1. So the first thing I want to do is make sure all the bones are selected. Alt R, Alt G, and we got a close T pose. So we'll work with that. Recreation, create a safe rig, a default rig. I'm going to move that over a little bit so it's closer to the hand that I'm working with, and pull it back a little. I want to use this as a reference. I'm going to check to see if X mirror works or if we have to do both hands. This looks a little crooked, so we probably have to do both, and that doesn't work anyway, so that's fine. I'll call this the thumb. I don't know if it is. You can change it if you want, obviously, but I'm going to call this the thumb. I'm going to skip this finger, and I'm going to match this one with the little one, and I'll call this the next one. And visually you can see they're about the same angle, and I'll call this the middle finger. Now if you really want to match Second Life rig so that your in-world hand bento animations work, you will need to adjust the bone roll, and you need to be an octahedral in order to see it. Now I think the thumbs are a little off as far as bone roll goes, and roll is on the y-axis. You can see that locally. If you were to rotate this and hit the Y key, you'll see. And you might need to do that in edit mode so it doesn't adjust the mesh. But for now, you want to freeze this pose. And I'm done with that hand, so I'll bring this over to the other hand. I'll complete my pose, and then I'll freeze it. Now these fingers look a little goofed up, so I'll fix that. And then I'll match the again the little finger, and then the next one, make this the middle, and call this the thumb. Now before I goof anything up, I want to freeze this pose on frame 1, and I will adjust it a little bit more and replace the pose. So I'll select all bones, A, and I'll use your lock rod here. I really think you only need rotation data though. The feet are a little goofy. Let's adjust the feet to closer match these here. So about right there, I guess. That'd be fine. And again, I will A to select all and replace this pose. I think that's all we need. Now on frame 2, you pop back into your start wave, and it should loop fine. Except we want to move this one frame over to 40, or we could just extend this instead, but I'll keep it within your 40 frame boundary. Make sure all bones are selected. Marquee select this last frame and pull it over to 40. Now I'll save this as a temp. I can now delete my reference. I'll select this rig. well, let's not do that yet. I'm going to select the mesh, and since this is mapped, we'll use the character converter. I'll click make copy so I don't ruin the original, and convert. Now I have a copy. Right click to cancel that, export the copy, and it's exported, and I can just hit delete. Now you saw that the copy was frozen. It wasn't in a pose. The copy of the mesh was frozen in that pose state, which is what we want. But we can leave this undamaged, so you can keep testing bone rolling and different angles of your bones to get the animations to work right in Second Life. Now we're going to retarget, and we don't need glue here, because glue will screw up the animations in World. Usually, I'll put a little distance. It's not necessary, but I want to see what's going on, and hit action. Alright, looks okay. And from here I export from this already selected rig. Now I usually want the entire animation to play, so I'll leave my start frame as 1, but I will adjust the loop so that it loops from frame 2, and then I can export this and see how it looks in Second Life. Make sure to reset all your tools when you're done. So I want to reset the retargeter. Yeah. Alright, here we go. I'll upload the mesh first. And yeah, we'll need the joint positions because it's a custom rig. Okay. So it looks pretty okay. And I'll upload the animation and just play it. It looks fine. Enjoy.